definitely interesting that I've thought to do this. Here I am. How many years after? Here I am. 4 years since the last post. It's not really even about posting. It's really just about making stuff again. Life's been interesting in those 4 years. Very interesting. A lot's happened recently. That's mainly why I'm even doing this. Found a girl, liked her, had a kid. While she's pregnant with that kid, she had papilledema. Could go blind. The swelling of the ocular nerves. So that was scary. In the hospital for a couple days with that. Had a spinal leak. No fun. 13 hours in natural labor. Then an emergency C-section. Woo. And then the baby was there. She was beautiful. Beautiful Billy Ann. And she had to prank us with having low glucose. Very low glucose, that she had to be in the ICU for a bit. And then after we figured that out, of course my brain had to be silly. My brain was technically silly through all of this, but I didn't know it was being silly. I thought it was just me being depressed or anxious or something. Probably was a combination of all those things. But then my brain had to be silly, and I'm having absent seizures. Now they're gone. I'm on medicine now, but this gets to the point if I'm even here. Just wanted to make something because I have 9 hours to burn because I'm staying awake all night for a sleep-deprived EEG. And yes, I could sleep 4 hours, but I don't want to risk it. And I really do want my brain to be stressed out, so we just get like the best catch, I guess, the best reading of my brain during this EEG, because my next one's at the end of the month. And I really would like to know what's happening with my brain. It kind of all started months ago, where I just get a feeling of icky deja vu or dread, and just like zone out. And for me, I thought I was just zoning out and trying to like figure out that memory that's coming up. But on the outside, Bella would tell me that I would zone out, say things like smack my lips, like, or if anything was in my hands, I would like drop it or toss it. And I was just like not me for 20 or 30 seconds. But that would only happen like once a week, a day, here or there. Then it started to kind of ramp up a little bit more, happen more often, especially with all of those stressful things that I mentioned before. And then like my stress increased with those things. Started working on an ambulance as an advanced EMT. That's stressful, you know, with my other job in the ER working as a tech. But the absent seizure happened at the hospital in front of everyone. It was my first shift back after the baby, and I just wanted some food. Went up to the cafeteria, got some food, came back down, and the absent seizure happened while I was holding my food in front of everyone. So I dropped my food in front of the doctors, in front of the charge nurse, the nurses, everyone I was working with that shift. Was all my friends, all people I really like, and they're just worried for me. It was probably the most confusing time I've had after a seizure, because one of the nurses I was very close with, he came up to me and he's like, are you okay? Let's have you sit down. And he took me to one of the rooms and sat down, and one of the doctors came in, and then we just started talking about what's going on. And like, I started therapy about a month before this, since I get free therapy from the fire station. And my therapist like was thinking it was stress, something like that. And I was starting to work up with my PCP, my primary care physician, to try to figure out what's happening. But I couldn't see a neurologist until October. And this was, when was this? This was in May, basically. So I was like, I don't want to get this faster. But I was pretty stressed out at the ER. They sent me home because they don't want me stabbing someone with an IV and then having myself have an absent seizure, which kind of a bummer. They had a new way of drawing labs that was kind of fun. You like insert this tube, it's neat. And with all that, I missed my ultrasound training. Damn it. But they sent me home, and I realized I should just really get the ball rolling on this. And went to the ER that I work at, and just asked for a workup. Like, they did an MRI and some labs. My labs is all normal, basically, but the MRI was pretty interesting. They found a cavernous malformation on my left temporal lobe, which is just like a cluster of blood vessels that are thinly walled. So technically, though, that could cause seizures, but it can only cause seizures if it's leaking, which it wasn't leaking. So still a big question mark of what's like causing my seizures. So hopefully we find something in 9 hours. Yippee. That part's kind of scary. Just happened like a weird thing in my brain that could just leak when it wants, cause a stroke maybe. Yeah, no fun. I think this all can kind of be connected to, I gave myself a subdural hematoma when I was snowboarding at work about like 2 years back, where I knocked myself out and caused a small brain bleed, but it was more of like a brain bruise, and just hang down in the hospital for a little bit where they watched that, but it was all good. And then I went back to life as normal. It feels like my memory's been worse ever since then, but maybe that's just me blaming that on the thing. Who knows? I don't know. I don't even really know what the point of this video is. I guess I just wanted to talk about it without being interrupted, or just lay it all out in my brain. Did the workup in the ER and was able to get a neurology consult and talk to some neurologists here where I live, and they think it's probably definitely absent seizures with all of the side effects I'm having, all of the things, having random smells come to me, all of those weird stuff. And that's when we found out it probably is absent seizures, but we still haven't technically confirmed it. Then I was officially told, can't drive for 3 months. I need to be seizure free for 3 months before I can drive again, which I agree. It's probably dangerous for me to drive and such. So I had to go on medical leave with Wasatch, with the ER. It's kind of in that gray area where I'm not operating heavy machinery with that job, so I could probably go back. I want to go back. I want to make money. We have a newborn at home. And yeah, money is nice to have. I'm very lucky that I can work for the family business, landscaping, and it makes better money than all my other jobs. So I'm not complaining, you know. And I have been doing good. Been on seizure medication and some other medication to try to help with. My primary care physician thought like maybe we could try to like attack the anxiety, depression side of things. So, and I probably think that medication's probably kicked in because I have been very happy and very like feel good for at least the past week. Probably because the seizure stopped as well. Here's a very confusing thing. The seizure stopped before I even took the medication. So the big question is, why? And I think probably because they were so tied to stress. And my stress really reduced it. And that probably helped them. Because like all the things I listed before, it was a very stressful time. It was a very fun time, interesting time, memorable time, but very stressful. Having a newborn, whew, I have no patience. I need to work on my patience. I need to work on a lot of things. But life's been good. I love my cats. I love my wife. And I love my new daughter. She's very cute. Super cute. She's starting to get smiley in the mornings where she just smiles at you. Oh, it makes all of the past weeks worth it. It really does. I thought in those weeks, I'm like, how can this ever be worth it. I feel like I never have time. I still never have time. That's why I'm like so confused what to do with this time. Because it's so much time now. And I'm like, holy smokes. But I do know what I want to do is make more things. I miss making things. Things in the physical medium or virtual medium, whatever you call this. I do miss making things. So I've decided, like, with my free time, I will make more things. Because that's what I want to do. Yes. But I like to call this my, in comic books, after a big arc or big thing happens, right? Like, say, like, in the movies, Infinity War happened. Then they have a back to basics arc. I like to think that this is now my back to basics. Just work on myself, learn, try to be better, get back to basics. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. Just going back to basics and trying to be the best me that I can. It's only wasted 11 minutes. Damn it. What the heck am I going to do for the next 9 hours? Who knows?